Okay, there. There, we figured it out. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna put my camera on my stand. Hold on. Ideally, it would have been nice to have it set up beforehand, but it is what it is. I hope you all are doing well today. Happy Valentine's Day. What are we doing today? We are decorating cookies today. Woo! We're decorating cookies today. I've got all my cookies here. I've got a lot more in my little container right here. But yeah, we'll be putting frosting on them. I've got so many different things. I've got these little conversation hearts. I've got sprinkles. I've got this red icing for people who would like to have a personalized cookie. By the way, sorry, I still need to can you zip me up? Can someone zip me up, please? Can you help me? I can't. My arms are long, but I don't know if they're that long. Okay. I don't want to dislocate my arm. That's what I'm worried about. Okay, hold on. I think I can get it. Hold on. Wait. Okay, I got it. There we go. We did it. We did it. I'm wearing my festive cheapal because it's Valentine's Day and it's my most romantic thing that I own. So here, I'm gonna zoom in. Can I zoom in? Zoom in. Oh, come on, phone. I know you can do it. Let me try again. Yeah? Okay. Wait. Just a little bit zoomed in. Okay. That's fine. I just wanted you to be able to see my beautiful Valentine's Day set up behind me. So yes, today we are decorating cookies. If you would like a personalized cookie, where I write your name on it and I do a special design, I'm finally doing things to monetize my channel, so it will be 100 bits or 1 gifted sub. So if that's something that you would like to do.
There's Roblox.
Life is Roblox. Welcome, Refly. Welcome to our decorating cookies. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna start with just a simple one here. This is gonna be interesting because there's a thing blocking my legs, so I can't get that close. Okay, hold on. If I scoot this over here, then I can. Okay, if I just scoot this over here, then I can get closer. I'll just scoot this over this way. There we go. I'll have my computer here. Okay, let's start. And yes, I know that I don't know what happened. I think it split or something, but the texture of the frosting is kind of funny. But are you from the Girl Scouts? Does this seem very Girl Scout-esque? Yeah. Listen, when I do stuff, I like to go all out. All right. I like to do all of it. So, but you'll see my decorating abilities shine through today, and they are, I wouldn't say on the level of a Girl Scout, but they're sufficient. Yeah, look at it. It's all grainy. It's all grainy for some reason. I don't know why. Whatever. It's fine. I think it's because I added too much butter to the frosting. I had twice as much butter as what was required. So, but yeah, today cookie decorating extravaganza. They always sell cookies in American movies. Oh yeah. The Girl Scouts do sell cookies. They don't sell this type of cookie, but that is correct. They do sell cookies. I will not be selling these cookies, but I will be giving them away. Okay. You guys, I have a question for you that I would like your opinion on. So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a plate And then on the plate is where we put the sprinkles, so we don't get sprinkles all over the place. That's a good idea. That way we don't get sprinkles all over the tray. What a missed business opportunity. They should sell them for every holiday. Maybe they do. I don't know. I just know like the classic ones. Okay, I want to cover this one with, we'll do pink sprinkles. Okay, we're going to cover it with pink sprinkles. Okay, can I ask you my question for today? So, you know, I teach English, right? Here, I'm gonna move our thing over. Okay, there. Then I'm more in the frame, right? I teach English, right? And so all my students have been saying, you should teach us. You should be our full-time teacher, right? Hey, what are you doing in there? That's not supposed to be there. That's not supposed to be there. Okay. Oh, that's actually really light. I'll do it anyway. It's going to be really light. Pink sprinkles. So you can just barely see it. It's got the idea of pink, not like overly pink. I think I'm going to do an additional decoration of the, okay. So we did that in this, see, now the sprinkles aren't everywhere. So my students have been asking me, can you please teach us? Can you please teach us? Because we would prefer to have a native speaker teach us. And they are an advanced English class, right? And so they want to have a native speaker so that they can understand the accent the best. And so I asked my supervisor, because I don't know who the new English teacher is going to be. So I asked my supervisor, and my supervisor said to tell all the students to not ask questions like that. That they shouldn't ask questions like that, and that's discriminatory, and that she doesn't want to assume whether the new teacher is a native speaker or not. I don't know if that's put on my thickest sun. No, I'm not gonna do that. Did you ever end up eating the gingerbread house entirely? My husband did. Yeah, my husband did. Yeah. So anyway, so apparently that was an inappropriate question for my students to ask, to have a native speaker teach them English. And that was a discriminatory question. I think I disagree. I know. Well, I agree with the students in that case. Listen, I want to come out and say I disagree with discrimination. I do not think we should discriminate, especially in the workplace. We shouldn't discriminate based on race, gender, any of those. However, in this case, when the students are trying to learn English in a professional capacity, they're at the most advanced level, okay? It is crucial, in my opinion, for them to be taught by a native speaker. I feel like with the accent, like it's just, the supervisor made me feel bad for them even asking the question. And basically, I'm gonna have to communicate to my students that they should kind of feel bad for asking the question. And I don't think they should feel bad for asking that kind of question. I think that's a valid question to ask in this case, because it's something that is that coming out? Hello? Okay, it's coming out very slowly. So we're gonna gotta make sure to have a steady hand. All right, nobody move. Damn, that's bright. It's okay. It's fine. It's really red, but it's fine. I wonder if I should, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to take my knife and I'm gonna kind of like push it in a little bit. Oop. I'm gonna like, oh, that was a mistake. No, it's fine. That was not a mistake. That was what we meant to do. I'm gonna like push it in so that it kind of like blends in with the Sam says, I don't think it's your job to send a message for management. Okay, fair. Dude, especially when I'm a contracted employee. I'm not even an employee of that organization. I'm not even an employee of that. I'm not like affiliated with that organization besides just like I have a contract with them. I'm an independent contractor. So I agree with the students. Like so it's going to be difficult for me to hold my bias in check and that's what makes it difficult, right? Because if my interests disagree, because all the students will they see me as someone who is affiliated with the organization, right? And so whatever I say, they'll take as an official statement. I mean, they can't help it. That's just what they'll do. But I'll have to keep my bias in check and just say what I'm supposed to say. But yeah, so it's okay. I think that looks better. I like that we did the little toot, 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 toot. That makes it look a lot cleaner. Okay, I'm actually gonna, hi Toby, would you like to help? Toby's here. She would like to help make cookies. Let's see, somebody said, oh no, I wasn't gonna do anything. Sometimes when I get water, she freaks out because she thinks I'm gonna splash her. I've splashed her by accident a few times and she did not appreciate that. I think I'm gonna zoom in slightly on the cookies and then, sorry, I'll respond to your comments in a second. They're very important. I'm gonna zoom in. Let me see. Is there a way to, I think there is. If I do properties, configure video, zoom. Yeah, okay, see, that's more. You see what I mean? So you can see the cookies more. I'll put all the ingredients and the eye-catching things on the side so you can see. Okay. Refly says, propose to have free talking sessions with native speakers. Oh, okay. Yes, finding volunteers. Finding someone to volunteer to talk. Yes, okay, native speaker volunteers. I like that. And Sam says, hi, Sam says, if management wants to send a message telling the students they are wrong, they need to send it themselves. You need to maintain your relationship with them. Okay, that's right. It is a difficult dynamic. Because in that case, I would be a middle point, and it's always difficult to be a middle point for people, because you kind of have the worst of both worlds, right? Because you have to suppress your personal opinion, and B, you have to make both sides who disagree compromise, right? And so nobody wins. Nobody wins, right? Refly says, we have a lot of different accents and dialects in Flanders. If you don't learn how to understand them, you're cooked. Yeah, well, Toby has a sprinkle on her nose. Hey, that's not for you. No, you won't like that, I promise. Look at her, she's right here. She's sniffing everything. She's got a little sprinkle on her nose, though. Hi. Would you like to help? Would you like to help? Yeah, okay. So luckily where we're at, there's not a bunch of different accents. However, I mean, yeah, a non-native speaker could definitely understand all the grammar points perfectly and be a really good teacher and teach everything perfectly. But the reason why they asked is because the last teacher they had was not a native speaker, and they didn't like him at all. They did not like him, and they did not want a repeat of him. And so, you know, every time they bring him up, they kind of are complaining about him and how he did things. And I'm just supposed to like, you know, I don't agree. I don't like try and agree with them, obviously. It's always difficult for me to maintain professional boundaries. If I'm to be honest with you. Are you okay? Be careful. Are you okay? She's balancing on the back of my chair. Be careful. Don't fall off, okay? Don't fall off. Yeah. Can I help you? You're so adorable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's here. She's helping me. By the way, okay. All right, she's sitting on my lap. She's a little bit cold. You guys aren't gonna like this. And trust me, I don't like it either. But my husband gave her a bath. Listen, I know. Cats do not need baths. I'm on your side here. I agree. However, my husband insisted. And I don't really... Sometimes in marriage you just have to compromise. So he gave her a bath. And so she's like freezing cold now. Again, I don't know why. It's completely unnecessary. Cats can clean themselves. So I'm just as frustrated as you are, but I don't really have a choice. But okay, so we've got this beautiful, I love this beautiful red color. I think what we're gonna do is maybe do like a swirly one. I'm gonna like try and swirl the frosting and see how that goes. I'm gonna like swirl it. Swirly, swirly, swirly. Oop. I think the music is a bit too loud, isn't it? Let me turn down the music. By the way, I have like special tips too. I have special frosting piping tips. So we're gonna be using that too. Don't you worry, we're gonna pull out all the stops for today. For today's stream. Hey, that's not for you. That's not for you. You may not. These cookies are gonna have hairs all over them. Little gray hairs all over them. Yeah. You're a good girl. I love you. Hi. Thank you. I love it when she kisses me. Yeah, ironically enough, when my husband gives her a bath, more of her hair comes off than before. Like, because he uses an excuse of like, oh, it's to stop her from shedding, like to get rid of excess hair. And it's like, she's shedding more hair now than she was before, you know? So, I do not know. Okay. I'm gonna do... Ooh, I think what we're gonna do is, I wanna do like we're gonna do whites as like, I love having like the contrast of like white and pink, and so I'm gonna just put a bunch of sprinkles in here, and we're gonna, oh fuck. Okay, that all came out. I was not expecting that to happen. Cool. We're gonna just take the sprinkles in our fingers and just kind of like Would you like some sprinkles? No, I promise you don't like these. They don't taste good. Cats don't like sugar. Well, cats can't really even taste sugar, so it would make sense why she wouldn't like it. It's not for you. That's not for you, my special girl. No, it's not for you. All right. These are hard to pick up with my fingers. We're making do. So yeah. So anyway, this is something like this has happened a few times where like my interests have conflicted with my organization's interest. I don't know whether I have an obligation to fulfill their interests all the time. I don't know, man. I don't even have a key to the building. Like I don't have any contact information of any of the students, or like a key to the building, or like access to the microwave, or like, you know, I literally am like a glorified volunteer. I get paid, luckily, which is nice. I get paid, but they'll ask me like questions like, when does the term end and when does this happen? And I'm like, I don't know. I actually have no idea. All right, put this one over here. Now what should we do? Okay, I want to try doing the piping bag. We're gonna do the piping bag. So the way we do the piping bag is we scoop some frosting into the bag, and then we're gonna pipe it out. Wish me luck, you guys. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. I certainly am. And then I'm gonna be having a long weekend, which I'm also very excited about. So yeah, things are looking up. Things are looking up for sure. You're laying in bed relaxing? Hell yeah. I love that for you. We all deserve to relax. I hope you get the Monday off too. I hope you get Monday off. So for non-Americans, Monday is oh shit. Wait. Oh crap. Okay, wait. No. It can be salvaged. I didn't put the thing in when I was supposed to. It's fine. It'll be salvaged. So what we're gonna do is we have to take our little tip and we place it, just the tip, in the bag. And we need to cut a hole in the bag. Let me find my... Okay. It's fine, because look, it's only concentrated in this corner. So we're gonna move it all to this corner. It's fine. Okay. I wanna just cut a tiny little hole, not too big. Because if it's too big, then the tip won't fit in there. That's what she said. That's what... Yep. Okay. No! I just broke a hole in it. Oh my god. Frick. What do I do? No, I don't want to waste a bag. That's annoying. I guess I'll have to waste the bag. Tape? Okay. I like what you're saying. I mean, that could work. Let me see if I could tape it. Yeah, because like honestly, dude, I don't want to waste a bag. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you the process. So we put the tip in, and then we screw this. We screw it on like this. Nope. Incorrect. We take the tip. Which tip do I want? I've got 4 of them. We take the... I want to try this small one. And I think we put it on the inside. And we push it in like this. Pull it out. No. You come out this way. Right? No. We do it like this. We take the... Baking is fun, you guys. Okay, we put it on top like this. And then we take the tip and we put it over the outside. And then we screw it on. And then we have a makeshift piping bag. Okay, now I'm gonna... What if you double bag it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I could double bag it, or well, I'll just tape it. I'm gonna tape it because I wanted to use this other bag for the other, you know. Do you do mushrooms? No, I absolutely do not do mushrooms with my students. Although I did tell my students that I love mushrooms. The edible variety. Okay, I said I love the edible variety. And then they started asking me, have you tried this one? Have you tried? And then at that point, I shut down the conversation. I was like, okay, we're done here. We're not having this conversation right now. We're not going to be talking about that kind of mushroom on this. Okay, so look, I think if we tape it like that, it should be fine. And if we just hold it the right way, just hold it. I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, I'm moving all the frosting in. There are no holidays when you own the business. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, shoot. I mean, that's good and bad, right? Because you can kind of just set your own hours. However, you're kind of always on the clock in that case, right? Which is kind of annoying. Okay, look, we did it. Let's put it to use. What are we gonna do? We're going to anticlimactic. This is anticlimactic, but trust me on this. We're gonna put the white frosting on, and then we're gonna put the pink frosting on top. We're gonna do like a little piped pattern. It's gonna be great. Have the church come over for the students to practice talking with them. Oh yeah, the mushroom church? Okay, yeah, sure. What happens when so we'll say what church we are. What happens then? We are a church dedicated to psilocybin mushrooms. That's I don't know if I'll ever appear in public with my church. I don't think that would be a wise decision. Well, ironically, I do bring attention to it on my Twitch stream, so it's not like I'm afraid of whatever, but it's different when it's in my real community, right? And well, tell them not to mention the church or drugs. Yeah, right. But people are bound to ask, right? What do you do? What do you do at your church? We do not. Wait, okay, look. Oh, wait, look. Oh, okay. That does not look the way I thought it would. I think it's because the frosting is too runny. Wait, let me cook. This is working. Oh my God, let me cook. Wait, we're actually doing it. Oh my God, it's cute. Wait, I kind of like it. Oh no, don't do that. Wait, I've got a water. So if it goes up like this, you just kind of like press it down with some water. Wow. Professional cookie decorating on this channel. Nothing but the best for you guys. Look at that! Oh my God, look. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It looks like a real Valentine's Day cookie. Okay, enjoy your lurk, Sam. Have a good nap as well. Thank you. Thank you for saying the cookies look great. I think they look great as well. I think what I'm gonna do is I might put this in the fridge because this is like way too soft for what we're doing here. Yeah, I could put it in the fridge and then it won't be so, it won't be so floppy. because that's what it is right now. It's like kind of messy and kind of floppy. Church founder, I take 10 grams of drugs and live stream it. I saw, okay, true. All right, but you've heard my personal account and my personal testimony. Do you think I go to church and take drugs? I do not. It's not what we do. That is not what we do. So take it from me. Don't take it from the founder. Hi, Orange. Orange, we're making cookies. We're decorating cookies today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes. Okay, let's see, what color should we do next? We're gonna do another pink. We're gonna do this pink color. Yeah. This is one of my favorite activities. Valentine's Day. Woke up too early, now I'm tired again. No, what time did you wake up? Oh no, too early. That's the thing. Once you open your mouth, you can't take something back. I think there's some things that I've said on this stream which I wish I could take back, because then and that's the thing with my students as well. Like, once I say something to them, like, they will permanently have an idea in their head of how things are. They keep asking me why I'm not going to be their teacher full time, and I don't know how to answer them, because like, I don't know how to answer them without sounding condescending or uncaring. One of those two things. The condescending answer would be, well, it's because I care a lot and I want to provide to this population, but I do not want to get burned out. But this population deserves my for me to give 110%, right? 5:30. Oh my gosh. Gonna try and get another hour. Okay. Thank you. You too, Orange. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi. I hope you enjoy your sleep. A lot of people are having a nice sleepy Friday today, so you're in good company. Okay, I'm going to decorate with some hearts, some conversation hearts. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have all these. You guys know these, right? Conversation hearts. Classic. Okay, this one says rock star. Rock star. You're a rock star. This one says hug me. Which one should we do? There's not really any pink ones, is there? Okay, well, we'll do a white one. These are just so big. What should we do? We'll do white ones. Purple is a good color. And then some pink. And we'll just maybe we'll just kind of do it randomly. Do a purple one here. And a white one here. Pink one here. Purple one there. Okay. Cute. Oh, here, you can, if you want to see what I'm actively doing. So I'm actively working in this space right here. So put that one up there. Anyway, today, what I have planned for today's lesson plan is we're going to be talking about Ikigai. Have you guys heard of Ikigai? It's like a combination of what you're good at, what makes you happy, I think, what other people appreciate you for. Basically, it's a Japanese word that's about purpose, finding purpose in your life. And so this whole week in my class, we've been talking about health. On Monday, we talked about longevity. On Tuesday, we talked about building community. On Wednesday, we talked about healthy habits and giving advice. Yesterday, we talked about insurance. We talked about health insurance, which was not a very fun topic, if I'm gonna be honest with you. That was not a fun topic. We had to like take a break from that topic because it sucked. It was a terrible topic. By the way, the big cookies are for if anybody decides they want a personalized cookie. Again, for 100 bits or for 1 gifted sub, I will do a little personalized cookie for you with your username on it. Okay. We're gonna do like let's do like a tie-dye one. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a tie-dye situation, we're gonna just mix them all together. So we'll start with some white. Oop. So we'll start with some white, and then we're gonna scoop some pink on here, some dark pink. You gotta be careful because it wants to crust on the top. The frosting wants to kind of crust. I won't let it get crusty. We're gonna put this there, and then we're gonna put the lighter pink down here. So we've got a nice little combination of the 3 colors. Okay, let's see if we can make something cool out of this. Actually, I love the way I love how the colors turned out. I think the colors are perfect. Okay. So start with the white, because that's the one that's gonna be the lightest. Okay. Then we're gonna kind of like, I'm gonna turn it a bit. I'm gonna do the pink. So we're gonna do the pink. I'm gonna kind of swirl it a bit. Like, ooh, it's kind of leaking into each other. And now we're gonna do the dark pink. The dark pink is kind of swirling into the, there we go. Okay, and then we just kind of scrape it off. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of add a bit more white here so that it's like not as stark of a contrast. But you see, once you start mixing the pink in there, you kind of have no choice. It's kind of, hello, sweetie, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? There, so it's like a tri-colored one. I like it. I think it's good. You like it? Hubby likes it. Okay. Should we try another piping bag, or should we keep going with... I think I'm gonna keep going with the current frosting situation. We're just gonna frost. Nice. I hope everyone's having a nice, relaxing Friday. It seems like a lot of people are taking it easy, taking a nap. But anyway, Ikigai is, I think it's just a framework for you to think about your purpose. And we're abandoning traditional philosophical standpoints at this point. Like, we're just talking about one framework. We're not talking about philosophy as a whole. And we talked about a woman in Japan who, she is 102 and she's still active. She still like participates in her community. She like goes to karaoke. She has a garden. She's got She's got a pretty full life at 102. And, you know, it kind of makes you ask yourself, like, how do you get to that point? Like, what is her secret, kind of? And she said her secret is to take life slowly. Take life slowly, not to have too much stress. And I tend to agree with that. I'm gonna sprinkle these ones on, so I think this is kind of fun. It's like there's some brown ones in there, which is kind of a new idea, but I like it. They're getting stuck at the top. Oops. Okay, that was a lot. That's fine. All right, so that was a lot. They all kind of came out in a clump. Oh, here, what I can do is I can like shake it off, I think. Okay, that did not work, but. And then what I do is I just kind of like press it in. I just press it on there. All right, I want to do more drawing. I'm gonna do more drawing on the cookies. I think that's gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna use some that already fell down. So we're gonna put that there. This weekend I'm hoping to make that mold of the mycelium sculpture, so we can look forward to that. I'm not gonna be filming it, obviously, because that's too much stress. Now that I've got a long weekend, I think I'll be able to have time for that. Okay, we're gonna put that one there. That one's kind of ugly, but we'll love her anyway. We love her anyway. Okay, just put that there. All right, sweetie, my legs are starting to fall asleep. I'm so sorry. Look, she's in my lap. She's in my lap. She's so cute. I think you need to leave. My legs are falling asleep. I also have to wash my hands. Okay. Can you please get up? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you please leave? No, she doesn't. She looks so comfy though. She's so comfy. Okay, I'm so sorry. Here. Come on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so rude. That was so rude of me. That was like the rudest thing I could have done. Okay, let's do. I wonder if the piping bag has spent long enough in the fridge, because I kind of want to do another piped one. What should we do? What should the design be? Because we've done this. We could do like, okay, we could do like roses. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and pipe like roses of some kind. And we're gonna do a big cookie. No, we're just gonna keep doing little cookies. We're saving the big cookies for if anybody wants a personalized cookie, if anybody decides that's something they would like. Okay. So let me get my piping bag out. Okay, yeah, it's nice and solidified now. So I was kneeling, but now I'm not gonna kneel because my feet were falling asleep. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, it forms like a crust on top when it's done. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna hold it against the hole, so the tape in the hole, so it doesn't come out. And then I think I'm just gonna try and do a big blob. See how that turns out. Okay. Oh no! Ah, there's another hole. Wait, I kind of like it though. I kind of like this little... We're gonna just like fucking... This is what wanted to happen, so this is what's happening. Nothing I can do to stop it. It's like, oh, fuck me. It just felt, it all came out. Oh, shit. Okay, that's fine. Well, I thought I had something going there. I guess I'll just, yeah. Okay, let me wash my hands off. Well, that's what happens when you use a shitty plastic bag. I should have known. I should have known. Okay, so we will not be doing that again. Piping bag over. Piping bag over. Piping bag finished. Piping bag machine over. Piping bag machine broken. Okay. So that's just not gonna happen. How can we salvage this? Well, we can just scrape it off and try again. Yeah, I think we're just gonna scrape this puppy off. We're gonna just do another full pink frosted cookie. And perhaps we'll maybe do like we'll draw something on with the piping bag. I think that sounds like a good idea. We're trying not to let things get to our head. Okay, what should we do? I'm gonna do like a zigzag pattern. I'm gonna do like a, oh my God. Never mind. That's gonna dye my mouth red. Did you hear that? Toby, what can I do for you? Hi. All right, it's in one continuous line. Toby, no! Toby, no! Oh my God. She messed it up. She wants to sit on my lap so bad. Who am I to deny her? But she did cause me to mess up. The audacity. Okay, I think we can salvage it. Yeah, it's fine. We salvaged it. Okay, we're gonna do another one. What should we do? Let's do, That's a real shame about the piping bag. I think this color of pink is just a really good base color. It's really fun to be creative with this. Decorating cookies really provides you the opportunity to just kind of do whatever you want. I'm sorry, I have to kick you off my lap again. You can't sit here. I need to clean things off. I need to be constantly next to my sink. She's waiting. She's waiting for the opportunity to jump back on my lap. Okay, I'm gonna do a double colored one. I'm gonna do half of it white. Yeah, I think the texture is a bit off. It's not supposed to be this this runny, but it works. Oh look, that's fine. Oh no, no, no. Ah, I just did a little, dang it. It's fine. You can't see it. You can't notice it. There's like a tiny little thing of pink here. Can't notice it. It's a half pink and half white one. Cute. I'm gonna do another white one. And then we're gonna do some sort of design with this. I think this actually has a piping bag structure, so it's not all gonna fall apart, which I appreciate. I appreciate things that do not fall apart. Well, this is fun for me. Not sure if it's fun for anybody else, but it's definitely fun for me. So that's the least that can happen. That is the least that can happen. The bare minimum. Okay, I'm gonna put this one over here to the side. And now I'm gonna put this one on top. Okay, what should we do? Let's do, we do like a cute little border, or like, oh, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Sorry guys, there's gonna be an ad coming up. I'm not loving this. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to smooth it out. We're gonna just like do a little, we're gonna do a little, maybe like polka dots or something. That could work. Or perhaps like Let's see. Ah! Okay, let me cook. Let me cook. Yeah, we'll just do like a little swirl situation. Another little tie-dye situation. Frosting is usually pretty forgiving, so if you mess up, you can always just go back over it. There. It's all better now. It's all better now. Let's put some sprinkles on it. Okay, what sprinkles? Oh, I like these, I like these shimmery ones. These shimmery sprinkles make me happy. Okay. What we do is we just set it down in the bowl. We just kind of shake it over. I'm not going to do too much sprinkles. Just enough. Oops. Okay. That turned out all right. I think my favorite one so far is obviously this one. The one we did with the piping bag was really special. If only the piping bag didn't frickin' explode, then we would keep using it. I suppose I could just use my hands as the piping bag. That would require my hands to get really sticky though, which is a textural nightmare. So I think I'll pass on that. I'll pass on the textural nightmare bit. Sensory nightmare. That's what it is. Textural, sensory, all that stuff. Sorry I haven't had enough time to prepare interesting topics to talk about. Unfortunately, with this new job, I hadn't had the time. This is what I mean by, like, why I'm not taking the job. Is because if I do, I'll half-ass everything in my life. Everything else in my life. Which I don't really want to do. I want to full-ass everything in my life. I simply don't have the capacity to do everything. People would probably tell me I'm unwise to choose streaming over a career, and they would be right. I think it takes a certain brand of masochism to want to choose streaming, which I luckily I have. Luckily, I'm a masochist. So, all right. I think we're gonna do. Oh, there's like little hearts in here. We could do like little. What would look good? Something white. We could do. All right. Hi, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Pop my back. Okay, what should we do? Let's put a white. Put white sprinkles on. Hopefully not seeing the light slowly fade from my eyes. I think it's because the weather outside is kind of gloomy, and so it's causing the light to fade. Oh dear. Okay. I was not expecting to have an existential crisis today. Of all days, I was expecting today to just be sunshine and rainbows. Because, I mean, come on, we're decorating cookies. That's what it should be, right? Um, not a sob session of, oh fuck, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay. What we'll do, this sprinkles. This looks great. We'll do it on the outside. Okay, we're gonna do it on the outside. Ooh, that comes out so freaking fast. Okay. We're gonna just like try and put it on the border. Is that possible? We'll try. We're gonna like line it up on the border. Okay. My dilemma is mostly because everybody keeps begging me to take this position, like my supervisor, the students, and everybody. And sometimes it feels like all the signs point to in one direction, right? This is what you should be doing with your life. The thing is, nobody gives you a playbook for how your life is supposed to go. Like, nobody tells you how to be an adult, how to make big decisions, how to know when the decision you made is right. You just basically have to decide that it's right. That's what you do. And for some reason, I grew up with the idea of, because like people always told me, you'll know when it's right, you'll know in your gut when it's right. And you know, the amount of times I felt in my gut that something was right has actually been very, very few times. Very few times. And this is one of those circumstances where everybody's telling me I should do one thing, and I'm tempted to do the opposite. And that's probably not a good idea. Actually, that's what I tend to do more of, is when people tell me to do something, I usually want to do the opposite. Or when people tell me not to do something, then I want to do the opposite. But it's usually never a thing of like, okay, people tell me I should do something and then I do it. Okay, wait, I kind of like this. I'm gonna reach in here and, oh, don't be difficult. There we go. Do not be difficult. We're gonna pull this sucker out. There we go. Adulthood can feel very isolating sometimes, very lonely. And I think that's why it's so crucial to meet up with other people and be friends with other people who are in your age group, who kind of know what it's like. That was kind of the whole point of why I started streaming, was to see, because I do struggle with social interaction. And so I wanted to meet other people who were my age, who were also trying to find themselves, trying to find meaning in their lives, trying to find purpose in their lives. Because sometimes it's hard to do that organically, like in my community. I'm trying in many ways. Sometimes it feels like I need more, you know? Like nothing's enough. Like I go to church, I go to exercise. Sometimes it feels like you can do everything right, and those feelings of loneliness still persist and penetrate every once in a while. And sometimes you're reminded that at the end of the day, the only thing you have, the only person you have really, is yourself. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's kind of lonely. But it's okay, we persist anyway. You gotta keep trying. Just keep trying. That's what I always tell people. I can't tell people that I'll fix their problems. or that their problems will be fixed. But I can tell people to keep trying in the hopes that their problems will hopefully one day get easier. I know that one of my students, she talked about, she's from Syria. So she's from Syria. She has 9 children, all right? She's got 9 children, and if you can imagine what that's like, she recently had all of her benefits be terminated. So like I think like her food stamps and like her insurance and everything got all terminated because she wasn't able to get her green card. She filled out all the application, the process and everything for her green card, all the paperwork. However, because everything's just taking so long, it hasn't been completed yet. And so she's really freaking stressed out. And, you know, she wasn't able to focus yesterday in class because that's what she was dealing with. And everybody keeps telling her, go to a therapist. And she's like, well, what can a therapist do? Can a therapist remove all my problems? Like, can a therapist give me my benefits back? Can a therapist do this? And I didn't know what to say to her. I was like, no, I guess they can't really. I'm not sure how I can fix, like if there's anything to be fixed, like if I can fix it. But what I can do is I can just listen. Oh my gosh, hello Chaotic, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. Trying to. We're going on a slight existential spiral today. Mostly because it's just been me today. I try not to let it get to my head when I stream to no one. But any streamer will tell you that it can be difficult to just kind of sit there and like stay motivated when you know, it feels like I'm just here alone in this room decorating cookies for no one, doing it for nothing. Like, why? I don't know. Why? Okay, I'm fine. 9 children in this century? Damn. Yeah, well, I think it comes from her culture. So she's from Syria, and I've noticed that a lot of refugees, when they're like, a lot of our refugees from like Afghanistan or from Syria or from Africa, from like the Congo, from like, I'm gonna try and make it sound like I don't think Africa is a country, because I don't. But the Congo, like from Eritrea, I think. Ethiopia. There's Ethiopia.
You are this universe. And
hello,
you are
Trix. How's it going?
at every moment.
Oh my God, Trix! Thank you for the subscription. Trix, you know what that gets you? Trix, that gets you a personalized cookie. Oh boy, and if you don't stay for that, that's completely fine. I will post the cookie in the Discord, and so you can see. So I'm gonna put a cookie. We have our first personalized cookie, you guys. So a big cookie, and I'm gonna put your username on it. And yeah. So thank you so much. Chaotic says, I assume the high number of children she has is due to a lack of sexual education and contraception. Really sad. In part, probably. I think in part also due to cultural pressure, and also due to, because a lot of times in lower income countries, there's the expectation that the more children you have, the more they will produce for you, the more they can help, you know, they can work, they can help out, they can, if people own land, they can like farm, they can, but in more developed countries, it's kind of almost the opposite. Like, more children does not mean more economic support. It means much more taking away of resources, right? And so when people migrate from countries where it's more ideal to have more kids to here, that becomes detrimental, right, to their financial situation. Oh, I'm sorry, Trix. Yeah, I wish you could eat it too. Okay, let me think of what would be good. Okay, we're gonna do a white. We're gonna do white. I'm gonna make yours really fancy, Trix. You deserve it. I hope everything's going well with you and your work. I hope your work's not too busy, although I'm sure it probably is. Toby was here sitting on my lap earlier, but she's gone because I had to keep kicking her off because she wanted to get so comfy, but I was losing the circulation in my legs, so I couldn't have her be sitting there anymore. What is that? Okay, we're taking that off. I think that was a piece of butter. Okay, that was not supposed to be there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna just go all the way to the edge. Okay, let me cook. I'm gonna do this. Let me cook. It's gonna be amazing. This is a premium cookie for a premium individual. Yep, busy life. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad that you could stop by for a little Valentine's Day stream. Out of all the ways you could be spending your time, you chose to come here and spend a few moments with me, so I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm just cleaning up the edges so it looks more, polished. Here, I want it to go all the way to the edge so you can see that it has scalloped edges. So that's what we're gonna do. Chaotic says, I'm from Brazil, so there's a big cultural pressure here for couples to have children due to religion. And though we're not a first world country, the birth rates are low here. Millennials and Gen Z don't want kids here as well, mostly due to the fact that raising a child is so expensive nowadays, and also because we have better access to contraception and sexual education. Yeah, so it's interesting. There is a nonprofit here in Utah called Catholic Community Services, and they actually do not allow for sexual education, like education about contraception. So caseworkers, often that responsibility can fall to a caseworker or a public health educator to teach their clients about sex education. But for some of the institutions here, Catholic institutions do not allow that. So what are we supposed to do then, All right, I'm gonna put heart sprinkles on it. Look, I got all these heart sprinkles. We're gonna put them on. We're gonna put them on the little border. I want to make sure it's facing up. This is a very painstaking I wish I had like chopsticks or something. Well, not chopsticks, but like something like tweezers. Where I could put it on. Chaotic says, I had sex education when I was 12 or 14. Chaotic, either way, I would say sex education. For me personally, I would say sex education and not sexual education. But I think it just depends on where you're from, what they call it. I had it in 5th grade, and basically what the sex education was don't have sex. It was abstinence. We didn't ever do the thing where you put the condom on the banana. We didn't ever do that. Then again, I do come from a primarily Christian community, so you know that can give you a slight explanation as to why. Because one of the greatest goals of Mormonism is to multiply and replenish the earth, right? So that means procreate. You did that, Trix? No way. Oh, I remember for some people, they were forced to watch so, okay, here's the other thing that people were forced to do. They were forced to take care of a baby doll, one that would like cry. It was like a robot. So it would cry at random times. You had to feed it. Like it would wake you up in the middle of the night. You had to like change its diaper, and it would register if you did that or not. It would also register like if you handled it improperly or shook it, you know. And then you would get a score basically on how well you took care of your baby, like a grade. And then another thing they did was they showed footage of a woman giving birth, and like from the POV, you're staring into the vagina as the woman is giving birth. Which I would not want to see that. Like, no, thank you. When I saw people giving birth, it was in a C-section, and the one time I looked over the curtain was the one time that I nearly passed out. I had to leave the room because I started to have a vasovagal syncope. Like I started blacking out. And then I had to come back in later. So a lot of the sex education in my community was mostly focused on scaring people away from having kids, which, I mean, it worked. I haven't had kids yet, and I'm kind of scared. However, it did kind of create a lot of, there were other things too in my community that create a lot of, we'll call it, resistance to, well, we won't elaborate. Chaotic says, I find this funny. Many religions say procreate and fill the planet with children, but sex before marriage? Nope. Yeah, exactly. They'll shame you for having sex before marriage. Sometimes even to the point where people, after they get married, don't want to have sex. Like they have difficulties, right? Because it's, you can't just suddenly flip the switch and be like, oh, it's okay now, right? All right. Let me see if I can, how will I do it? Maybe okay, I'm gonna do it diagonally. I'm worried it's not gonna fit. It's gonna fit. gonna fit. It's gonna be really condensed at the end. Whoops. Okay, look, we can fit the X right here. There. Okay, here, wait. That was a really shitty heart. It's okay. I'm trying my best, okay? I'm trying my best. Wait, let me fix it. Hold on. Okay, that looks more heart-shaped. Okay, here, I'll turn it around so you can see. Wait, I want to do 2 little hearts. It needs more hearts. It needs more hearts. That's a heart, not a triangle. Oh, I'm glad you feel joy with my mediocre cookie making skills. All right, there it is. Cute Trix. Thank you for redeeming your personalized cookie. I hope you enjoy. I wish you could eat it. Katic says, I honestly don't want to rage on religion today as I'm trying not to be militant atheist. That's fine. We can change the subject. Trix says, I imagine in Utah things are a bit more conservative. Yeah, they tend to be. So you've got your Valentine's Day cookie today. Hope you enjoy. It's the frosting is kind of like spreading out, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. I'm gonna do a wild one. Should we do a crazy one? I'm feeling crazy. We're gonna do a white frosting. Chaotic. Let's talk about something philosophy. Let's see. What do you think about the concept ikigai? Have you heard of that before, Chaotic? It's the Japanese word for like your purpose, having a purpose. Many like self-help books there's many self-help books about ikigai, like where they've got like a Venn diagram of like something you enjoy, something you're good at, something that is meaningful, and it like combines all of it together and that forms your ikigai. But at its most fundamental, it really just means like a reason to get up in the morning. Oh, you haven't heard of it? Oh, cool. Well, there's a few books on it, and then there's a few. We did like an ESL lesson on it this week, and I'm gonna move this. Okay, you didn't see that. I'm not cross-contaminating the cookies. Sorry. If you receive a cookie from me, it's gonna have spit on it, probably. Yummy! Okay. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna go. Oh yeah, wait, I kind of like that. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. The speed at which it's coming out of the thing is... The speed is unequal. Wait, I kind of like that. Okay, it looks good. So I'm gonna make my students do a Venn diagram and see what they think. And if they, it's interesting a lot to see the cultural differences, especially like with the Russians and with the, so I've got a couple Russians in my class. It's funny, we talked about the difference between being polite and being blunt. And listen, I'm not going to reinforce stereotypes. However, the students really did struggle with the concept of being blunt and what that means. Like, wait, why wouldn't you want to say exactly what you mean? And I had to explain to them how, like, many people in America don't say exactly what they mean in order to be polite. They suppress themselves a bit. And they're very opposed to that idea. And I'm like, I don't blame you, honestly. Like, I prefer to be my authentic self too. Chaotic says, I honestly don't think I have a purpose to wake up in the morning. I just do it. I kind of feel similarly. I don't know if I do have a purpose, but I can at least try. We persist regardless. We persist regardless of what has been predetermined, what has been, decided for us. And I think that's the ultimate form of living. The ultimate human endeavor is to persist regardless, to keep going, even if there's nothing telling you why. Chaotic says, I honestly wish we were more like the Russians sometimes. Here in Brazil, we don't actually say what we really think. I hate it, especially because I'm a people pleaser. Yeah. No, I agree with them too. No, it's so interesting when I'm teaching them English because I'm learning about all the peculiarities we have, right? And like some of the things that I don't know if I agree with anymore, like suppressing who we are, suppressing what we really think in order to be polite. I don't know if I'm starting to transition away from being polite, and mostly because I'm tired of sacrificing who I am. This is another reason why I'm so resistant to having a corporate job, because again, I don't want to sacrifice who I am. Chaotic says, if we were more direct, assertive, and open about what we think and feel, we wouldn't have many of our struggles with family, friends, or romantic relationships. I agree, and we wouldn't have as much miscommunication, right? And we wouldn't, if people worded things more strongly, or just said things what they actually mean instead of indirectly. Like, sometimes a confrontation can be good, right? A confrontation where people are finally able to, let out what they've been feeling, instead of just like consistently telling themselves a story of this is the way that things are, right? People tend to just tell themselves stories of, oh, well, this person doesn't like me because blah, 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 right? And who knows, maybe that might not be the case. I mean, here's the story that I told myself many times, which was that my Russian students didn't like me because they would always scowl at me. They kind of like scowl at me and glare at me. And listen, I know I knew already that that's a cultural thing. They don't often wear their expressions on their face. I knew that, but of course, as an American, I used what I'm used to. I use that to cloud my judgment and to tell myself stories of, oh my God, these Russians, they think they're better than me. They think that they think they're smarter than me. They don't like me. They don't this, and I kept telling myself that over and over. And then one of them came up to me after class, and I kind of winced, and I was like, oh no, what are you gonna say to me? Like, are you gonna say something negative? And they actually ended up saying something really positive and really like, they were very appreciative of me teaching the class, and they were very kind. And I was like, oh shit. And I had to rethink everything, right? Everything that I had been telling myself. And that's why these confrontations are necessary, right? Because I would have never known. I would have just kept telling myself that story in my head of things are one way, even though it was very incorrect. Chaotic says, the only issue is when people are not only honest, but also rude. Okay, true. Like you ask someone how you're looking and the person says, you look like trash. You're right. It's better to say something, personally, I don't like your style or something. Right. Yeah, like it is important to have like some sort of a filter, right? But it doesn't mean you have to lie. And that's what I don't like. I don't like the lying. It's like, like if somebody has something in their teeth, right? I would prefer that somebody tell me. Or if like my makeup, like my eyebrows look weird, I would appreciate somebody telling me. I mean, like, it doesn't mean I have to listen to what they said. Like, I might use my own perspective and be like, well, I actually think that I look good. And I would just ignore what they said. But there might be cases where, like, I would have appreciated somebody telling me. Like, back when I was in college and I would wear, like, my makeup in... I would wear a very, very heavy liner on my eyebrows, and it looked bad. It looked objectively bad, okay? But I guess, I don't know, like if somebody had told me that it looked bad, would I have listened to them? I don't know. It's complicated. I think it would depend on who told me, but... Anyway. Right, we're gonna do, what do we have too much of? We've got too much. No, we've got a good variety, actually. What should I do? I want to do one with, like, polka dots. I think that's an ideal one. We're gonna do one with polka dots. I'll do, like, what color? Red? We'll do a red. A red with polka dots. A red 40 with polka dots. Some sweet, sweet red 40. Delicious. Again, that's my stim word. That's my stim word of this week, is delicious. Got that. Now we're gonna do I'm gonna do like little polka dots. Where do we, here. Should we do little ones? Okay, we're gonna do little ones. Polka dot. Oh no, okay. It ends up forming a tail. We have to be careful. See, you see it like sticks up and forms a tail. Yeah, but I don't know. No, sometimes people just don't know. Sometimes we just don't know if what we're doing is right, but we just have to try anyway. We have to try anyway and hope that things will be different. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm going to trust my what I'm leaning towards, even though it seems like everybody's telling me the opposite. What I should do the opposite. I'm not going to take the job, and I'm going to continue doing my own thing. Okay, we got a little polka dot one. What should we do now? Well, we're gonna do a, let's see. We haven't done a grid pattern yet. I think it's time for a grid pattern. Yep, it is time. Do a purple one? I do have purple, don't I? Okay, I will do a purple one for you. I will do a purple one. I've got purple sprinkles, so we will do that. It's severely lacking in purple, isn't it? Hey, Dom. Dom, how's it going? Happy Valentine's Day, Dom. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day in Australia? Woo! Yeah, we're doing cookies today. We're doing cookie decorations. It's been pretty fun. I like it. I've been enjoying myself. You won't be celebrating. Okay, that's fine. Well, if people aren't celebrating, the least you can do is celebrate with yourself.
Accept yourself. Others. It starts with you. It starts with you.
Don't forget, at the end of the day, if you don't have anyone to celebrate with, you can always celebrate with yourself. And it's very important to show yourself love. Give yourself love, show yourself love, because you're all you've got. Okay, we're doing a purple one. I got these purple sprinkles. Here, I'll show you. We're just gonna let it have it. Oh shit, it's all coming out really fast. That's fine. Oh my god. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna take off these other ones. Okay, hold on. Very delicately, very gently, I will remove. Ah, this one doesn't want to come off. Okay, there. And then what we can do is we can just kind of like dust off the rest. Look, it's like a shiny purple one. I like it. Oh, I think it's cute. I like it. Okay, we're gonna put it right here. Well, hold on. We're running out of space, you guys. We're gonna put it down here. There. It's up. Wait. It needs more on the bottom. Hold on. It needs more on the bottom. Oh my god. Okay, that came out way too fast. Holy shit, that's way too many sprinkles. Okay. There we go. A nice, beautiful purple one. Be nice to yourself and tell someone you hate to fuck off. Yeah, that's sure. I would say tell someone that hates you. Someone that hates you, tell them to fuck off. Someone that hates you, you can tell that person to fuck right off. Because no one should hate you. No one should hate you. No one is deserving of hate. You know what? Trix, you inspired me. We're gonna do some more purple ones. I'm feeling the purple. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do a white, and then we're gonna like mix some hearts and like some purple. We're gonna use our leftover sprinkles to just kind of like mix it up together. I've got like sugar underneath my fingernails. It's great. I got sugar everywhere. There is sugar everywhere. Sugar in places it's not supposed to be. It's a lot. Okay. Sorry, I can't get on chairs normally. This is how I get on chairs. Oh my god, my back is so stiff. Make a Toby-like cookie. Oh, make a little cat face cookie. That could be cute. Okay, we're gonna do one more purple one, and then we're gonna do a little cat cookie. I like that. If I can figure out what a cat face looks like. If I can figure out what a cat face looks like, then I can do it. All right. So this one we're gonna do. I'm gonna do some hearts around the outside, kind of like the one I did for you. We'll do some hearts around the outside. It means I gotta make sure there's frosting on the outside. Okay. Gonna do hearts. And then in the center, so we're gonna do hearts on the outside, and then center, there's gonna be purple. For those of you who are curious as to where I got the audio for the accept yourself, love yourself, here, I'll show it to you in a minute. Well, dang it, I can't do a display capture on this. But if you go to my Discord, I showed the original clip. It's something you might not expect. If you've ever seen that Vine of the guy dancing in New York in his underwear and just saying, accept yourself, love yourself. That's what I took it from. He's awesome. I thought about showing it to my class, but then I was like, okay, that's probably not appropriate. Mostly because he's in a Speedo. Some people might feel uncomfortable by that. Personally, I don't feel uncomfortable, but I'm much more casual with people than I probably should be. Listen, I blur the professional boundaries all the time. Because I simply don't care. No, I'm like, I don't care. I just want to be, I'm gonna be a human, and you can be a human too. We'll be humans together. And yeah, Dom is from Australia. It's so cool. You guys, Dom's awesome. Dom's always making music. He's making art. Dom, have you been making digital art these days? I know that's something you really like to do. Dom likes to share his, so Dom will share his digital art. Sometimes we'll share it in the stream, and it's really fun to look at and see what he creates. He is a creator. He has oh, you haven't for a while, but yeah, collage is super fun. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you haven't for a while. Cheers. Does cheers mean thank you? Because I have British people who will say that to me. I'm guessing Australian people say that too. It means thank you, right? Or like, or does it just mean, oh, okay, okay. Because like here, it just means like, here it doesn't mean thank you, it just means like, let's drink. It just means like, here, cheers, and you like clink your glasses together. Oh, it means both. Oh, okay. You know, in China, they say ganbei, which means empty glass. Empty your glass. Which is not usually a good thing to say because they're usually drinking baijiu, which is like hard liquor. Okay, look. So we got the hearts on the outside. Wait, I kind of just like it like this. It's just nice and simple. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple like this. Okay, now we're gonna do a cat-faced one. Hello, DCI. It's like on tone, like a short cheers is thank you. Oh, okay. Cheers. When you say cheers, right? But if you're like, cheers, and then you hold out your, and then contextually, if you hold out your glass, then it's like, obviously it means that. How often do you cheers a glass? The context are so different. Well, I like to get together with my friends pretty often and drink, so pretty often. If we're gonna be honest here, pretty often I say cheers. I mean, usually you're only supposed to say it on special occasions, right? But like, I just do it whenever I'm with my friends and we have, like we're out for drinks or they're here for drinks or something. What about Cheerio? Oh my God, I have. That's a very British sounding phrase, isn't it? Do people actually say that? That's what Americans think that I feel like British people say, but I don't know if they actually do. DCI can comment on that. That's a classic. It makes me think of like Mary Poppins. That's what that word makes me think of, is Mary Poppins. I love Mary Poppins. The original, not the new version. I didn't love the new version. Oh, because you don't drink, yeah. Okay, we're gonna try, oh God. Tricks, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try, but like, oh God. Okay, how? We're just gonna make like 2 eyes. Okay, we can start with the eyes. Okay, we can't fuck that up, right? It's just a circle. Okay. If it really is fucked up, then we're just gonna like smear it all together. Okay. So now we do what, like a note? A triangle nose. Right? And then like oh God, it's spreading everywhere. Well, let's put some whiskers on and see if that makes it better. Not really. Oh God. Okay, wait. Let me do an ear. Okay, wait. If I put the ear on there. If I put the ear on there, that makes it better. Oh no. Oh no. The whisker. Okay, well this is we tried. We tried. That's the best I could do. Should I put a little tongue at the bottom? Big chin cat. All right. Yeah, you're right. Should I do like a little, how do I, okay, so I'll do like a little chin. I'll do a little chin to like close it off. We'll close it off. Oh my God, that did not make it better. No. Oh, next week you're gonna have Carnival. Oh, that's exciting. Do you get that time off of work? Or okay, that almost made it worse, but it's fine. Oh my God. Oh, I can't do it. Okay. Oh. Okay, pain and suffering. Oh my God. What happened? Toby, what happened? Toby, what happened to you? It's okay. I'm gonna use my fingers to make it all better. I'm gonna fix it. I'm fixing it. It's all blurring together. Explain to me why the whisker is up by Toby's eye. That's where whiskers come from, right? They come from the eyes. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. We're done. Not that bad, actually. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Thank you. What if we put like a little... What if we put like a little heart as like the tongue? Here. I'm gonna put a little heart as like the little Toby tongue. Would it be upside down or right side up? Okay, wait, that actually kind of is cute. Okay, look, that's a little tongue. Oh, it's cute. That matches the picture too, where she has her little tongue sticking out. Oh. Alex says, so technically the holiday is only on day 17, Tuesday, but you know how we are here. Yeah, so Brazilians know how to party. Brazilians know how to party for sure. And I love that. Brazilians are like the most welcoming, friendly, just like fun-loving culture I've ever had the privilege to know. Although when I lived in Brazil, it was when I was a teenager, and my parents basically didn't let us go outside when it was Carnival. They did not like because for those of you who don't know, during Carnival, there's a lot of like women dressing with almost no clothes on, which I love now. I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. But we were not allowed to see that or consume that media. But a lot of women will just have like nothing but body paint or like just like pasties on their nipples, which if that's your form of self-expression, then that's what it is. I personally think women's bodies are art and should be celebrated and should be, you know, displayed in all their beauty. That's just my current opinion about it. To be honest, Carnival is full of sex and drugs. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, so like I'm not trying to gloss over that, because yeah, that does happen. Not really appreciate for a teen. Not, okay, so not really for a teenager. Okay. For some reason, I had the idea in my head that it was mostly just about the scantily clad women, which I think it mostly was. But I guess I didn't realize that it also involves a lot of debauchery. Although I should have known, because that's kind of what Carnival is, right? It's a Catholic thing, right? Before Lent, right before Lent, before you have to sacrifice something, you have kind of like a Last Supper mentality of like, okay, let's party one more time. Oh, you're in an ad. Okay, well, don't worry, I'll repeat myself when you come back. Okay, what should we do now? We did a little Toby cookie. We did a. I'm gonna put that front and center. It's okay. I kind of like it. We'll put that front and center. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, welcome back. Yeah, that's so. I guess I didn't realize, or I kind of knew, but that makes sense. Okay, what should I do? What should I do now? I've got a lot of different colors of sprinkles. Ooh, we could do like a light purple. Okay, I want to do this light purple. We've already done dark purple. We're gonna do light. Okay. All right. Prepare yourself. It's all gonna come out. Yep. Oh, it's kind of sparkly. I love it. I'm just gonna absolutely douse this in sprinkles. And then we'll just dust the rest of them off. There. So the ones that need to stick, stick. The ones that don't need to stick, won't stick. Just like a couple other. Oh, chaotic. I wasn't saying anything important really. Just how for my parents it was mostly about like the women. But I guess I should have realized that there's also like certain behaviors involved too that probably is not appropriate for teenagers. It's gonna be difficult. I feel like I'm gonna be a very lax parent just because my parents were so strict, so I'm gonna like kind of be the opposite. But I'm gonna need to not swing the pendulum too far. I feel like some discipline is required and some what's the word I'm looking for? Restraints is required. I don't know if that comes on camera, but it's kind of shiny, which I love. We only have a few more small ones. Usually the Puritanism is often directed towards women. Yeah. It's a very nuanced issue. I feel like women should be free to express themselves however they would like to, but also like you know, I don't think women should be objectified, but that will happen if women, it's like a very delicate balance. Like, you want women to express themselves, but if they express themselves, then they might be objectified. And so Chaotic says it's the same here. If a dude sleeps with a bunch of women, he's the guy. If a woman sleeps with a bunch of guys, she's a slut. Yes, that's definitely how the culture is here as well. I mean, you'll see in the media as well. If you've ever seen like How I Met Your Mother, you know, there's one character in there who's always sleeping with different women, and he's kind of seen as like a cool guy, like a player. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is in our culture. What do we think about Valentine's Day? Let's see. What do you think women should have the freedom to objectify themselves? Yes, I do. Personally, I feel like a woman's body is a work of art. I think women are very beautiful, though, just the way that they're designed. And I support women who want to go out with their friends and wear like their skimpiest outfits and like, you know, and for women who enjoy having male attention. Now this just kind of comes from me like pendulum swinging back, because like these days I enjoy being, I enjoy being, okay, not designed, okay, whatever, DCI, you get what I mean. The way they were evolved, the way that women were evolved makes them so beautiful in my eyes. And I want to have more artwork in my home depicting the beauty of a woman's body. I'm going to be one of those people who has like vagina artwork, or like like boobs as artwork, or like, you know, I'm also, if I have daughters, I'm going to teach them to not be ashamed, because like when I grew up, I kind of grew up a little bit ashamed about my body, and that's not what I want for my daughters. I want them to be proud and confident in their body and know that they are works of art and that they should be appreciated. It's a fine line though, of wanting to be appreciated, but also like, because like women here, I'll say this, this is something I was talking with my female friend the other day, which we often struggle with, is women often have something in mind, and they have this goal and objective in mind. They love men's attention, like, or let's see, heterosexual women. Obviously we love men's attention, but sometimes it becomes difficult because we enjoy men's attention, but only to a certain point, right? When it starts to become like sexual attention, then it's like, whoa, like, ooh. But I think one of the problems is that a lot of women encounter, and a lot of men encounter, is that women will do everything it takes to get a man's attention, like dress in certain clothing that makes them look desirable, and they'll flirt, they'll you know, say all the right things, they'll just eat up the compliments the men will give them, and the flirtations. But then at one point it crosses the threshold of, then it starts to turn into sexual attention and sexual energy. And I feel like a lot of the time what happens with us is that the man will start being like, it almost feels like from the start they're like, oh, okay, she's interested in me sexually. And usually that's not even what we're thinking in our head. We're thinking, oh, we enjoy being desired. We enjoy when, hello. Well, thank you for the follow. We're talking about sex and desire while decorating cookies. Now, I realize that this is very stereotypical, and this is just my personal experience and my friend's personal experience. The experience of two women who are attracted to men. And I don't know, if you've ever been friend zoned by a woman, then you've probably fallen for this dynamic before. And I'm sorry. If you have, I'm sorry. I don't know why we do this. We just do, like, yeah, it's not fair to anybody. Hello, Darlene. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome in. We're making our cookies. I'm thinking about my next design. I'm not sure what I should do. Chaotic says fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. There's a gallery in the UK, and it's all molds of women's vaginas. Yes, I think I've seen that one before. Yeah, vaginas are beautiful. They come in all shapes and sizes. I would recommend that people look at different types, because one thing that a lot of women struggle with when we grow up is thinking that the shape of our labia is not correct. Like, it's weird, it's different. You know, the type of labia you see in like pornography or in movies or TV is often depicted as like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, like, it's like very tight, right? It's very like, it's one way, right? And not all women's bodies fall into that category. But when they look at that and they look at themselves and they're like, why don't I look like that? Why don't they look down? They're like, why don't I look like that? This is something a lot of women experience, where they're like, is there something wrong with me? Why am I not the same? And this is something I wish more people understood, is that there is no standard for labia. There is no standard for breasts. They all come in so many different shapes and sizes, and they should all be appreciated. Chaotic says, thanks for being open about this. I get what you mean. Basically, you want to get the compliments and seem, desired, as a woman's value is often associated with how desirable they are. So I get it. Oh, thanks for understanding. Yeah, I mean, I just have noticed this happen with a few men in my life before, and I feel bad because at this point I've learned, and I don't want to make statements like how men work, because I'm not trying to like generalize all men, but I've seen it happen with many men in my life where, like, if you give them certain signs, they will take it a certain way. And like, so I should know better and be like, okay, I'm not going to give them these signs, because if I don't want this type of attention, I need to be responsible. You know, I need to not lead them on. I need to not, right. I have some responsibility too. It's not all their fault, you know, and that's a trap people can fall into. Like, oh, it's your fault for getting attached and getting, you know, and that's not it. Like, both people have the responsibility to like communicate with each other about what's really going on, right? Sometimes we act in selfish ways. I'm no stranger to acting in selfish ways. I've led men on in the past for very selfish reasons, just because I wanted attention. And so I'm not a saint in that regard. Let's see, maybe if I do like, I'm trying to use all the candies I have. I don't want to waste any candy. Okay, we're gonna do I'm gonna do a green one. I'm gonna throw some green in there. Oh shit. What's everyone's favorite flavor? My favorite flavor of the hearts are usually the white ones. Although the white ones, only the specific kind. There's a specific kind of conversation hearts that has white, that's like pineapple flavor. Oh my god, it's so good. But then other ones, they have, it's like a minty flavor. Your favorite flavor is blue. Ooh. Yeah, blue is kind of, yeah, blue is interesting. And I think these are the original ones. So there's definitely a different original flavor. I'm not sure what the flavor of blue is supposed to be, but I can imagine it in my head. DCI says you don't get it. Anything blue tastes the best. Yeah. You think so? Chaotic says body dysmorphia usually starts this way. That's the problem that's the problem we were just talking about. We don't know how to be direct and open about what we feel and think. That's why relationships are so complicated. Yes, exactly. Relationships are very complicated. And if we were just more open with each other. I think sometimes we let our fear of rejection run the show, right? If we're afraid of, like, if we communicate our real feelings, then the other person will like run away. I think that's a valid concern, and definitely something I've been worried about before too. But DCI said, it's funny when males say, I get what women feel. Yeah, and so DCI, it's the same for me. Like, I do not know how men feel. I can kind of guess, like, from my experiences, like what the patterns are, but that doesn't mean I know for certain how men work. The only way to know how men work is if I ask them. Okay, we're making like a trash can cookie with all the sprinkles. I don't want to waste any sprinkles, you know? Nothing wasted here. Oh, I actually kind of like it. It looks kind of cute. Chaotic says, I know this is not the same as what you've mentioned about the cisgender women experience, but as a male, I've always struggled with my body, as I'm a short dude and I always struggle with my weight. So I always felt unattractive. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. That's really nice of you to be vulnerable and open. I'm sure you're not alone in that. We all have our insecurities, right? And some people have different priorities than others. And I feel like shortness is definitely I watched the movie uh what was it called? The something. That's helpful. But it was a movie about love and about, like, height increasing surgery, how a lot of Shrek. No, it was a movie, I can't remember. It was like, oh, The Materialists. I watched a movie called The Materialists. And one of the big explorations of that was the height increase surgery that some men like to do to like give themselves more inches. Like they'll literally break their legs. And this happens. People do that. They'll break their own legs or like medically break their legs and then wear braces to lengthen their height. Um, and I thought that was a fascinating exploration. Okay, I'm running out of space here. We're gonna have to put that there. Insane in the membrane. How's it going, Refly? Mhm. Okay, Alex says, I definitely don't know how it is to be a woman. I guess that's why we ask, and that's why we share, right? We just continuously share, and we continuously update um, our worldview, our perception, you know, um, our biases. Like we keep checking like our biases and seeing if they are well informed or not. That's why it's so important to ask questions and ask people about their experiences, or to share your experience when you feel like you're not being represented well. So if you enter a space where you feel like you're not being represented, like speak up, right? And let people know, like, hey, I feel this way, you know? Because people are very I don't even know how that yeah, refly, it's crazy. It's something people do. Um, which is nuts. And I think the sad part is that I mean in the movie, I know movies aren't real life, but in the movie it explored how it actually had a positive impact on the men's dating life. It's like, wow, okay. Um, yeah, but and then on the flip side, the surgeries women go undergo to increase their breast size exactly are not that great either. Yeah, especially because those those implants can explode. That's not good. They could literally explode inside your body. Rupture, I guess not explode, but like rupture, you know? Explode is a much more fun word though. Oh my God. That scares me. I don't think I will ever modify my body in that way. All right, so I think I'm just gonna focus on kind of like decorating the rest of these roughly. Um, how much tall? So usually a refly, it's only a few inches. It's only maybe like I want to say like 4 inches or so. I would have to do research. I'm not sure um on the statistics, but if it puts men over the 6 foot threshold, then yeah, it's going to make a huge difference. The amount of women out there who have the criteria of he needs to be at least 6 feet tall um, is a lot, unfortunately. So if you're not 6 feet tall, and I'm sure a lot of you felt this, like it's it's rough out there. That's what she said. Um, Chaotic says, I'm in the surgeries women undergo to increase breast size with silicone implant. Oh, it's sorry, I read that comment already. Yeah, and if they're under 5'7", they can fuck off. So that's really unfortunate that that's the way it is. It's unfortunate how superficial we are sometimes, right? Um, I'm sorry. DCI said I'm 6'3" and not bald. You really got it going for you then, DCI. Yeah, if a woman wears a weave or hair extensions instead because their man is bald. Well, if your relationship is purely based on appearance, I don't think it will last long because when you age, your appearance is going to fundamentally change, right? There are some things about aging that you just cannot change. And so you got to be careful not to build a relationship off of superficial qualities. For me personally, a superficial quality was not my main my main interest when dating was finding somebody who had the same goals as me. Most importantly, like we agreed on how many kids we wanted to have, like those big things. And like we kind of had similar worldviews, similar 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 politics. Although not our politics are actually not always the same. Um, when I first met my husband, I was very left leaning and I was very kind of social justice warrior type person, and he was very moderate and I would say borderline conservative. Um, but it's interesting how we both kind of have evolved over time. Now I would consider myself much more moderate, and then he's actually pretty moderate as well. You just have to, I guess you just have to decide personally what are your deal breakers. Um, imagine suddenly being interested in a woman because she has silicone in her boobs now, right? Yeah. Um, I will admit, when I wear certain shirts out, when I wear certain dresses, I can see where people's eyes go. I can see where people's eyes go. Kaddock says, but I think it also depends on how tall the woman is. Like I know some girls who are 5 foot or 4'11", and they aren't very strict with the men's height because all men are taller than women. Who's oh yeah, so are less strict like a woman than a woman who's 6'2" or 6'3" are gonna have to date men who are shorter than them. Yeah, yeah, we've talked about this on this channel before. Um, because I'm almost 6 feet tall. Uh, I did date a few men who were shorter than me. Um, and the one of them was he was a couple inches shorter than me, and it was okay. I mean, I was a bit insecure, but mostly it's like it does make the woman feel insecure. It makes both parties feel insecure. Um, I think it's mostly about like because I didn't like my height at that point. I didn't want to be seen as like somebody who's towering over everybody else, right? But if my partner is I'm also towering over them, then I feel like I'm drawing a lot of attention, I guess. But um was he like uppies? No. Oh my gosh. Hmm. He was only a tiny bit shorter than me. Maybe like a couple inches. Um But yeah, there were points where like in order to kiss, I had to kind of lean down a bit and I didn't enjoy doing that. Um, hey, my eyes are up here, buddy. Well, one thing that I hate is because I'm so tall, whenever I hug people, like my boobs go in their face, and that's not something I love. And I'm sure they don't love it either. Um, right, so anyway. Have I not had music this whole time? Oh, frick. When did my music run out? You know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Um, Surprise, we invited your shorter ex to the chat. Say hello. Oh dear. All right, my friends. It's been a very fun and delightful Friday. Um, I think we will conclude. I think we will finish off. I need to clean up my kitchen and get ready for a class tonight, but thank you all for being here and joining me for this Valentine's Day celebration. Um, yeah. And I hope you have a good weekend. I will see you again probably on Monday. You sent me a funny Instagram? Oh, no way. Oh, DCI, I wish I could see it on here, but I don't have display capture. Okay, I'm gonna look at it though. DCI always sends really funny stuff. Um, Thank you, Chaotic. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Thank you again, Trix, if you're still here for the personalized cookie. Um, will there be any Singles Day cookies as well? Yeah. Any of these are free game. Any of these are free game. All right. I'll see you later, my friends. Bye bye. See you. Bye bye.